everyone. Hello. Welcome back to our stream. Tonight, it looks like it says "uh-oh" over the character thing right there, but we do, in fact, have someone new with us tonight. Who will we be introducing? Excuse me, I'm dying. Shortly. But first, we're going to start with a round. We're going to go around the players here and introduce ourselves. My name is Nick. I play Kixix Mantra. Sorry, I almost forgot the character. He is a tiefling barbarian. He's buff, he's beautiful, and he'll cry if you yell at him, though. So that's just his thing. Relatable, because that's me in real life. But other
It's
than
the
that,
steroids.
yeah, it's a steroid. I think after that, I'm going to pass it up to Kevin.
Hi, I play Bosco, the dog familiar of a powerful wizard who is now free to act as he pleases. Other than being tasked with, I work as an agent for the Celestial Bureau of Familiar Affairs, coordinating guild functions and such. But mostly, I'm just a good boy. Rozzy, all you.
I am Auguste Barra. I am a human wizard necromancer. I basically see dead people, and I am the adopted, extended member of an unnamed crime family. And that's about it. And I really want a ghost monkey.
We learned so much about you through these intros.
Oh, what? You haven't asked in character me any questions.
It would be impolite.
So I'm going to do it
Are
right
we
here.
friends now? We've nearly died like 8,000 times.
Okay, so
You see me dipping poop.
yeah,
And this is me.
okay. And we do have, like Nick said, we do have a new player here. Katie, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Katie. I'm going to be playing Shifter Warlock. Her name is Taika Ashton. Although she prefers like Witch over Warlock, but whatever.
Labels.
Okay, so yeah, and well, I'm Derek, and for like the next hour and a half or so, I will try to bring order to the madhouse, only so I can add more chaos, because that's just the way I like to run things. So we're to come. We've had a little bit of a break, so to refresh everybody on what's going on, there's a little town named Rustgrave that has just gotten its own little train station, and it's ideally set in an opening not too far from a forest, not too far from some open lands. There's some farms and an inn, and a little bit of a population. And there's one somewhat important family, the Mathis family, that lives there. Father, a mother, and two children. And they are partially the reason why this town has just gotten a rail station and why other things are happening. And over the last year or so, the father has died, the mother has died, the son has gone missing, and just recently the daughter, Melody, was arrested and set to be tried for the general term witchcraft, but in this case it was a curse that something went wrong, and an individual of the local government of the city of Antwerp was killed in a freak accident. But enough people, said that she was the cause of this accident, and therefore she's going on trial for witchcraft. When the people arrived, the group arrived together on a train, they did so at the request of the former mayor and bard of this town, Lego Delcio, who wanted to try to get to the bottom of why this family was so cursed. So the group arrives. They have a meeting with Lego. It's a long day, so they decide they're going to rest for the night. When they arrive at the inn, they are attacked by infernal gingerbread men.
Devil cookies.
Devil cookies, yes. The devil cookies got out of the devil cookie jar. A couple of fights ensued. There was a bet on whether the innkeeper's daughter was a serial killer. And there was the introduction of a half-orc builder named Uset who lives right outside the town and is in the middle of helping rebuild another portion of the town. There eventually the group went to the bakery and found the cause of these infernal cookies, dealt with this, and then headed to the graveyard and found underneath this graveyard an area where copies of people were being made with fungus in these tubes. As they were searching through this area, they got separated from a party member. The Warforged envoy, Thaddeus Steele, who had come along with Bosco on the train ride, was suddenly separated from the rest of them. And they met a mind flayer for a short while. They also explored, found the brother.
A mind flayer.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Really understating the encounter.
It was a meeting. No, so there was that. Yeah, there was the encounter with the mind flayer. Didn't go very well for them. Probably was never going to go well for them at that particular time anyway. But as they explored a way to escape, they found a way to shut down several of the machines that were creating the fungal people. They managed to get up, find Thaddeus's parts, and bring him back with him, C-3PO style in a backpack, and managed to get out, back up aground, and back to Lego's house to meet with him to tell him what had happened. And it was at that point in time when they had burst into Lego's house where they saw he was in the midst of battle with himself. And that is where we come, and this is where we start the thing tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
That's some recap.
Yep. I think. Well, that was pretty much the whole recap. That was a recap of the whole.
Yep.
The whole shebang from top to bottom.
So these guys are fighting each other, and I assume they're instance away from saying he's the imposter. Shoot him.
No. It would be that would be good, but it's actually easy to tell which is the imposter because one doesn't technically have a mouth as you get a closer look at it.
Okay.
It's like a Luna moth.
Yep. As you get this closer look, you're in this dining room, the same room that you were in when Bosco, you got the first good bowl of water from him and all this stuff. The long dining table is there, and at the head of the table, the older Lego is holding a rapier in one hand and what appears to be a broken violin in his other, and the other Lego is trying to get at him. Not with any weapons, just bare hands, and you see the claws are more. You see, it has small black, stubbly claws. The biggest other thing that you notice, like I said, there's no actual mouth on the one which would be to your left, kind of where you're looking at these two. The one on the left side has no mouth. And you can also see several patches of white fungus growing on from its back, the same fungus that you guys found below. So you're pretty certain it's pretty easy for you to tell which is which.
That one's a pod.
So, is at this point where we'll use Kevin's term, this pod is going after Lego now, and he's kind of backed up, and so you see he has several noticeable scratches that already seem to be festering on his arms, and one across his face, his right cheek, that is, it's almost tattered to the point where you can see it's certain movements of his mouth and certain spaces moves that it's cut all the way clean into the mouth to the other side. It's not just it's a deep scratch across his cheek. And that's where you're at.
Okay. Yeah. Are we charging into this? Is that how we're doing this?
I mean, if we know what's happening, I mean, we might as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, hi-ya, and then like run right in.
Okay. So Kixick is jumping right in on the combat.
It's gonna be like a ballet jump right in.
Okay. Then yeah. Firebork.
Okay, one moment. I might as well have you guys all roll initiative.
Firebork.
Crit! What a waste, right?
I know.
I got a 9.
16.
So wait a second. So that was 16 for Bosco,
Mm-hmm.
9 for Kixick,
Yeah.
and you had a 20, Rozzy?
Yes.
Or is it 20 something else? Do you have an initiative?
Well, it'd be 21 with initiative.
Yep, that's
That's what?
Oh, it's important to know if it's 21 or what, because
Okay.
yeah, thank you. It's fine.
And Katie, what did you get?
Oh, am I?
Yeah, is Katie there with us? In
Uh,
some fashion?
Not yet.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, not yet. Sorry about that.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Rozzy, you will go first.
Okay.
Or August, you will go first. I'll use the...
Let's see. Can I use... Can I use Chill Touch
Yeah,
on it?
shouldn't
Okay.
be a problem.
Okay. So, sorry, I don't think I've used this one before. So, make a ranged spell attack. It gets the Chill of the Grave. 1d8 necrotic if I hit it, and it can't regain hit points, and the hand sticks to it. Okay. So, I might get the description to go away. Oh. So,
Yep,
21.
Yep. That will hit.
Yes. Three.
So 3 necrotic.
Fuck you. So it's 3 necrotic damage. That spell sucks.
No.
No. It's because
we're level 2, Roz.
Yeah.
Are we? That's it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you didn't know that?
I forgot. I thought we were like level 6. Wrong game, I
Wrong
guess.
game.
It also cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn, and the hand clings. Yeah, until then the hand clings to the target. So,
Oh, that's creepy. It's like the shower hands that appear in your hair in like the ring or something like that.
His-
If that's the first time you've used that spell, what's it look like?
yeah. What's your version of Chill Touch look like?
I wanted it to be a rotted baby hand.
Oh, ew.
A rotted what? I missed that part. You
Baby
a couple.
hand.
A rotted baby
Okay.
hand. Ew.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So, August steps forward, says a few words, and a rotted baby's hand materializes and strikes at the pod Lego, attaching to its shoulder.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It is a monkey hand. A ghost monkey.
Oh, gross. Ew.
Bosco.
Yeah. I'm just gonna bark fire from long distance.
Because I think you remember that the fungus didn't react well to alcohol or fire.
And I'm out of everything else.
Give it booze.
13 to hit.
13 will hit, yes.
For 3.
Okay. That. Okay. No, that's actually 6. But it's, you had 3, it's just double for the fire. Because it has vulnerability to fire or, whatever so this is a bark of fire, right?
Fire bark.
Come from you? Yes. Okay, so Bosco steps forward, unleashes a bark, a stream of fire shoots out. When it strikes the back of this fungal thing, you see several of the mushrooms like shrivel and pop, and there's a momentary like cloud of spores in that area, but the fire kind of also takes those out, so you get those motes of light. It almost looks like fireflies for a second as they all burn away.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I am.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shoes?
And it yep. Oh, the creature springs onto Lego, and the older man falls to the ground. And as you see this thing burning on its back, and it's got the baby's hand kind of wrapped around it and everything, it reaches up, and you can just see like the little stub claws that it has. They grow out maybe another inch, and it just drives it hold down like a claw right into Lego's like chest, and you just see a splosh of there's like blood everywhere, and then just a bunch comes right out of his mouth off to the side. And you also notice that as he has fallen, the violin the broken violin that he had in his hand is it's further crushed by him. He does manage to maintain the rapier in his other hand, but he's kind of not looking very great after that hit.
Oh fuck!
Kicks it.
Yo, I'm rushing in there with my hand, my guillotine, my Cuisinart pizza cutter, and I'm gonna fuck some shit up.
Okay. Give me give me your attack roll.
Which is gonna be, it's at disadvantage, but if I hit, it's gonna be 2d10. So let's hope.
Attack recklessly.
Oh
I
wait,
mean,
did you rage?
what is that? Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on.
What is that? I'm a
Oh, gain
barbarian. I don't
advantage
know.
shut up. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws. So yeah.
If I
Yeah. Okay.
if I do that, the rest of the stream will just be you guys trying to figure out what I'm saying when I pantomime. The rest of the
Sorry, I just totally forgot that that's something I can do. Yeah, I'll do that. So that does make it not advantage, but like normal, basically. Uh, so I'm gonna do that. Let's do it. Oh, it's a nat 20. Cool. Um, so that means double damage. So that's 4d10.
yes,
Oh my
40-10 plus your modifier.
So and plus 2. So
Yeah.
that's basically what is that? Plus 4 at that point?
So you double all your dice and you add your modifiers once. So
Yeah, but I also get a plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons. And
yeah,
with range.
yep. So it's plus 4. So it's 40-10 plus 4.
Oh shit. I didn't prepare for this. Hold on. Okay. That's shit. 14 plus 19 is going to be 33. Plus 4 is going to be 37 damage. And that's I can't do because I have 2-weapon fighting, which I don't think is going to allow me to hit again. But
No, I think you're got one attack on that right now.
yes, I'm going to be seething like, how dare you kill the thing that I love the most, Legos.
Okay. So you fling yourself over the table, past the chairs to avoid like all the obstacles. You land right behind the thing as it's on Lego, and you bring down the blade recklessly, or not recklessly, but as you're raging, and you manage to put a very deep rending cut, like nearly completely through this thing. And as you do that, it kind of splits, and just the very last bit that's still attached to it, but it still seems to be alive.
Come on, that makes me seethe with rage.
Yes, very, 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 very damaged. It now seems to be split in half, and both half, well, not completely, still attached, but partially split in half. And these both halves seem to try to be acting independently.
Oh god, it's like a mozzarella stick. Ew.
Yeah, but yes, but as you open it, you do see nothing but like mushroom, like flesh inside, and a little bit of greenish goo.
My illusionary chalkboard just flashes with a single word: gross.
Nasty.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Rossi.
August.
It is August. Yes, it is now your turn.
Time for more murder?
Sure.
If only I had Heelys so I could give Lego the feelies.
You're in my fucking way.
Just throw your dice at your cat.
Never. I guess I'll do Ray of Sickness.
Okay.
So, I splash green shit at it, and I might get more than a 3 if I hit. 11 plus 5.
16.
So 16. Yes, 16 would hit.
Yay!
3.
Fuck you. 7 plus 6
13.
plus. Wait, no, there's no plus. 7
No, Yep, it's 13 total, and then I have to make a con save, or it'll be poisoned. So that is, I think an 18 beats your. Does 18 beat your necessary save for your spell? Yeah, for first level spell.
Yeah, I guess. I have no idea.
Your save DC should be
DC
right on
15.
this. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay.
Top
But
right of your
it's still
spell list.
poison.
well, it still takes that damage. It's just not poisoned until it's not no longer poisoned. But that was okay. Actually, you spray it with this ray of sickness, and then the signal green uh, energy radiates out. It strikes the thing, and the first thing you notice, there's a shriveling, especially around the area where Kix had his uh, major cut, that kind of causes the two parts to fall and break and fall to the ground. The your greenish energy radiating through it causes it to wither and pool into this material, this half liquefied, half solid mass of things that falls away and perishes as it actually dies. The like almost all the other fungus that you found, when that actually dies, it normally shrivels down to nearly nothing, leaving behind only the scent that's kind of a hellish after scent.
Oh, it's like the Febreze that smells like ass.
Yeah, except it. Yep. So now Lego is laying. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
Sir, are you
Lego.
okay?
Lego is not responding, and there's still a large amount of blood kind of just coming out of both mouth and chest wound.
Anyone know how to like heal shit?
I'm out of healing spells.
I'm
But-
literally the opposite of a healer.
I have
can
minor
try
illusions, so I can...
medicine check to stabilize him.
Absolutely, go for it.
6.
You think that if you bind the chest wound, right? If you have someone help you bind the chest wound, because it's going to be a little hard to do it as a dog, you bind the chest wound, you can probably get him sustained. You can get him to you can get him to stop from dying. You're not going to be able to like get him up on his feet necessarily, because the wound is very severe and he'll need time to recover. But if you can bind that chest wound, it should be good.
So
Does
somebody
anyone want to double check?
I
I shall double check.
you realize that you have hands and you can bind the wound.
10. Does 10 get me any more information?
Actually, it does get you a little bit more information.
He has about as much knowledge about human bodies as a vet, am I correct? Since he's a dog.
He's also a dog that's read a lot of books. Yeah. No, he has 3. What you can gather is there are 2 very serious wounds and possibly an infection of some sort already. So binding the chest wound will stop bleeding, but it may not guarantee that he makes it through the night with the other stuff going on.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's really going to require, like, you could save, if you bind his chest now, you'll at least give yourself enough time to see if you can find a way to deal with the other problems. So it's
Okay.
beneficial, but it's not a guarantee.
All right. Let's bind the shit out of this bitch. Let's see. What do I got?
Yeah. So give me give me an actual yeah. Give me an actual medicine check now.
Puppy.
What?
He can
I can assist you.
help you. He can
Yeah,
assist you. Yeah.
I can assist. That should give you advantage.
Yeah. You'll get advantage on it. Yep.
Oh, good. Let me find another dice that I like.
But it's going to be very hard for him to actually like unroll the gauze and tie it himself.
He could just tug on it and not let go like a dog.
Yeah.
I can do full-on diagrams on the chalkboard though.
Do I
Yeah.
get a plus?
You get advantage, and if you have a plus to your medicine, yes.
19.
Okay, so you are able to bind his chest wound. You are also able to put a secondary kind of necessary coverage to the neck wound that you didn't notice before. So you've now got him in a position where he's not going to bleed out, but he's not awake or alert, and there's still a chance that this secondary infection, this fungal thing, will kill him.
Great.
But it's not going to happen. But it's not going to happen right this very second. So
Does the jock know anything about medicine?
I have a +0.
Alright, let's
I
find
have
some
minor
townspeople.
illusion.
Where the fuck are we?
I can give you guys the illusion that he's okay.
You're so terrible, Kevin.
All I did was suggest that if he dies, August can talk to him.
So as you're sitting there tending to his wounds, I'm going to cut to Katie, and I'm sorry, Katie. The character's name again? Taika. Okay, we're going to cut to Taika now. For a moment, in that you've been essentially kind of sequestered away for quite a while from various people, as we had discussed earlier, and it's only this morning that you've been beginning to get strange signs, like when you came out for the morning, look at the sky and everything. There was a trail of acorns from the front door of your home that kind of went for almost a quarter of a mile. And there have been several times various birds have decided to land on your shoulder and chirp at your ears, even though they were not necessarily, you're not quite aware of what they're saying. You're getting quite the vibe that someone or something is trying to talk with you.
Okay. So I will follow the acorns.
And as you follow these acorns, you do occasionally see a few sets of eyes looking at you from the tops of trees and bushes. And as you come to this clearing, and there's, in the middle of this clearing, there's an older oak tree, and from as soon as you immediately enter this clearing, following these acorn right into this area, just a face kind of sprouts from the center of the tree. It's like you've done very well so far in your training and your skills. I find that we are in need of a messenger, and it is quite hard for many of our people to go and discuss things with these mortals. So I would ask that you travel south to the town of Rustgrave. It's not far from here. And when you arrive there, I want you to tell the human there that if they continue to cut down trees in the forest, that we will blight their entire city with so many locusts that they will have nothing but locusts to eat for years.
Um,
And we picked you because, well, you're aware of us. You kind of pay attention to us and the signs that we send. Uh, they don't. They just cut and cut and cut and take, and they're building these rail things, and they're trying to do this thing where they're like going to build houses out of our bodies, and it's just not nice. And I'm tired of it. And I'm telling you right now, be very, very clear about this. If they don't stop, we will boil their babies. No, that may be a little too harsh. We will.
Quickly.
You know what? If they don't stop, I'll let the Griggs out on their houses, and we will, and they will not enjoy the fun and games that the Griggs want to have. They certainly won't. I think that's right. You know, if you could do this for us, this would be very appreciated. And I know that there are other people watching that agree with us, and those are people that are very interested in your studies and your improvement, because they think that you're quite capable of being a spokesperson for us if you really apply yourself.
Okay. What do I gain from
Oh, well, that's a good question. Give me a moment. And the face like melds back into the tree. And then just a moment or two goes by, and then you see some points of light start to appear around you, and they're just twinkling lights and all this stuff. And then you hear like a voice inside your head, though. Not like the voice that was in the tree, but kind of the voice of the individual that you had pledged yourself to when you first started doing this training. And you hear this voice. It's a good time to show them your power. Teach them a lesson. It's not vengeance. It's proper etiquette. We'll teach them how to behave. Does that sound good?
I suppose.
Oh, and I'll give you some of that shiny stuff you mortals like too.
That does.
Just expect it. I'll have some rabbits or something deliver it tomorrow. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Well, do you have any other questions? Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Not at the moment.
Oh, that's good. It's just to the south, less than a day away.
Suppose I'll head out then.
And whatever you do, just remember the message, because I would really hate to see you cooperating with them when they're damaging us. So, you know, anyway, you have a good day, travel safe, and watch out for trolls.
I will.
And as you do, as you start to turn and head in that direction, um, you gather up your belongings and your pet fox, well, as far as most people are concerned, your pet fox, um, and you start to head along this way. And anytime you get tired, you're able to find like a soft place to rest and for a few. And there's always seems to be food just within reach. It's as if someone is kind of watching you the entire time you go. Um, and you find this long. Eventually, you find this thing. It's almost like a road, but it's two rails of metal. Uh, it's a like it's it's what they call the railway, and you follow it down into the city. And this city is not really much of what you kind of expect when she says, or when a city is mentioned, as there are large parts of the city that are currently on fire, and there's bits of what looks like broken cookie in various places, and seems apparently the only building that is untouched is a large mansion. And when you look at this large mansion, you get a sense that there's something in several of those windows watching you, not like in a peaceful kind of way, not like the forces that have kind of guided you to this point, but these things are watching you, waiting for you, and if you get near a shadow, they will steal you away.
Jesus Christ, shit hit the fan quick. Oh, I just wanted to get a wedding favor. Fuck.
The aside from that, there is a red house surrounded by 3 trees, and at the top of one of those trees right now, at least from your field of vision, there are a couple of fairy lights, a couple small fairies that kind of, when they see you, they excitedly fly over to you. They circle you a couple times and then kind of go back towards the red house. Like that's where you need to go.
So I'll follow them.
So as you follow them, um, this is the moment when you guys have placed all of this, all the bandages on Lego. You've got him as stable as you can get him at that moment, and you get to this door, and you open you open the door, and you guys see the door open. And Katie, you can describe your character as you walk into this. What you've walked into now appears to be like a large dining room. There's a long table with several seats still in place and others knocked over. And uh, to one end, you see a dog, and a young woman, and a blue GNC employee. I mean, no, no.
Wow. Great. Fantastic.
A tiefling who carries a large improvised blade on his, well, in his hands at this moment.
Beach
And they are standing over. They are standing over an individual who looks like they've been kind of bandaged up, kind of but wasn't bad, but they still seem to be staring at this person like they're trying to figure out what to do next.
The chalkboard floating above my head currently says, I don't know where that's supposed to go. This is easier when I have magic.
Yes, there is above the dog's head. There is a floating chalkboard, and it does have those words. And you can see it from your angle.
Do we see this person?
Yes, and you can describe yourself, and then you can Katie, you can describe your character, and you can however you wish to look, and can interact with them as you please now.
Okay. So I look human, even though I type. Auburn, long hair, medium height, slender, plain looking. And then my companion.
Yeah, so this woman has walked in with a fox.
A fox.
Fuck, that's...
Excuse me, one, are you alive? And are you a doctor?
I turn to the
I
fox
believe I'm alive.
and speak to him in dog. It's like, good, you brought help.
Damn, she's cooler than me. Fuck.
The fox kind of looks at you and just casually like, do I know you?
Oh shit.
I think I'm your union rep.
That was amazing.
Local 12?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This human has fallen over and needs assistance.
He can't get up, he needs help.
I go over to take a look at the fallen human.
Yeah, he's quite he's been quite beat up, and you notice that there's some, well, that most of it is really burnt up and almost next to nothing's left, but you see a little bit of fungal material, and you see that his lips have taken on a kind of slightly greenish color.
Gross.
I believe you do have medicine, and you are proficient in, and you also do have like an herbalism kit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. What's in that?
Pretty much would be tools for gathering various herbs from the environment, plus the few things that you've probably gathered recently, things that you might be able to use for, say, like at the bare minimum, making types of tea, or working on grinding. Yep. Making types of tea, or producing like antidotes to like common poisons and stuff. There'd be a lot of stuff that you could do with this kit. It's mostly tools, but it's also materials that you may have gathered along your way.
Forgive me, it's been a while since I played anything like this.
Oh,
What
no.
is my medicine, wisdom, whatever?
So, you can diagnose the illness and attempt to stabilize him. So, what you could do is you could go over there and then you would roll a check, which would be a d20 plus, I think your modifier is 4. So you'd roll a d20 plus 4. And since they're probably going to be willing to help you do that, you would roll 2 d20s. You'd have advantage. You take the higher of those 2, and add 4, and then just tell me what the result is.
Okay.
I assume people are helping her, right?
I could. If you want some zeros in your life, I can do that.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay, then you could do that. No. I'll just give the illusion that everything's okay, and I'll be just sitting back here.
Yeah. So what I will need from you, Katie, is just roll the 2 20-sided, add the modifier, and whichever of those is a higher number, let me know what that total is.
So I rolled a 1 and a 5, so that would be
Okay,
9
you'll use the 5. Plus 5. So you get a 9. Yeah, 5 and 4. Yeah, you would get a 9. So they've gotten most of it stabilized, and you've realized now that there is an infection of some sort. You're just not quite sure what to use from your kit to help with that infection. So you can tell them now that you believe that there's a fungal infection in several of his wounds, and it is most likely going to kill him if you can't find a way to neutralize it.
Fuck.
Have I noticed any other clerics, priests, healers in this town? Because I'm about to go full Lassie and run for help.
Stuck in the wall. No, no. Unfortunately, there's not even a. Oh, there's the Temple of Allure, but you've never gone there. The graveyard is next to the Temple of Allure, and you went to the graveyard, but you never went into the temple.
How far is from here to the temple?
Few minute walk. I mean, Kixik could probably carry him there. You could probably get there in like
hell yeah,
under
bro.
5 minutes.
Yeah, so if I flat out run, I can get there pretty fast.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Rozzy?
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go for help.
Okay.
So
the
the dog runs off. Go ahead. What are you gonna do?
I was gonna like lift him up and I was gonna do that. Like I was gonna go with him, be like, all right, we gotta go. I'm gonna take Legos.
Okay. So they thank you for that, man. They look, you give them your advice on this healing. The dog bursts out, starts to run. The large tiefling grabs the guy, kind of tosses him over his shoulder gently as possible, and then starts to head off, leaving just you and the other young woman in the room.
Me?
No.
Oh.
August.
Oh.
Like, what other woman is there?
I thought you were talking to Kix as well.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not a woman.
I mean, don't assume. I mean,
So,
Yeah.
it's okay. I would think that's a gender neutral name, but whatever. Yes. So, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for your doctoral skills. You have saved Lego.
Lego?
The fungi dude.
So he's not normally part mushroom?
No, nope, that's a recent development. Don't touch any of the plants here; they'll get you.
Right.
So, what brings you to this burning town at like fucking midnight?
Well,
Looks like this little pile of sweetness and sunshine with the mouth of a sailor.
It's just like, whoa, what the fuck are you? Like,
It's how I talk in real life.
well, I came here by a combination of trees and fairies. So,
Are you one of those like Woodstock people? Like, it's all good. It's all
no.
good. Live free or whatever it is that you believe in. Anyway, why are we the only two people here?
I suppose we shouldn't be. I suppose we should follow?
Yes, let's go somewhere that's not on fire. Come.
That sounds optimal.
I like your fox thing. Does it talk? Does he have a chalkboard?
I've never seen it, but I don't think so.
Okay.
this is beautiful.
That's gonna make communication quite difficult, but that's alright.
But you did notice one thing, though. The dog did seem to talk to your fox. There was a bit of communication between the two of them.
I like that I've normalized dog-based companions to the level where August just assumes this fox is a full member of the party already.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
So as the two you head out, you can see where they went towards the temple. August, you've been here for a day now, almost. In which
We had nothing to do with this.
no, nothing great has happened in the day you've been here. You have nothing to write home about, but you do know where the temple is.
What's your name again?
Taika.
Taika. I am August.
Nice to
What
meet
does
you.
Taika mean? Is that like, what is that? Is that like Cormyrian? Like, I know basically no other places. Dang. Yeah.
I really couldn't tell you.
I like it. I dig it.
So, what was this place like before it was on fire?
Still pretty chaotic, to be honest. I mean, lurking fungus, man against man, you killed my baby, shit like that. I don't know, people disappearing into the forest. Crazy shit. I just
And the
came here for a
cookies.
wedding and no one even got married. Wedding food, it's the best.
And you forgot the cookies.
Oh yeah, the cookies. This is beautiful.
I would be good at recaps.
So, yeah. So, like when you get there, you find that the temple door is locked, as it is just as August was so kind to remind me. It was just after midnight. So, yeah.
I know how to deal with a locked door. I will sit down and start barking loudly.
Well, at least you're not doing that thing where you scratch at the door too.
No. But like I'll try to sit and then I'll bark a little while. But that'll make me antsy. So I'll get up and move, and like just go like 3 or 4 feet to the left and bark some more. Then just kind of move around every now and then between barks. Maybe this is the right angle to do it at.
And the door opens, and
I'll put my bobby pin back in.
The first face that you see, August is not going to be thrilled with.
Oh my god! It's the gremlin.
No, it's he's not a gremlin. Okay.
Hey Gizmo, can we come in?
No, wrong. What?
I promise I won't feed you.
Okay. So what you see here now is the goblin caretaker, Nebel, that you saw before. Opens the door, looks at you, looks at the fact that Lego is kind of on Kix's shoulder, looks at August and Taika, and's like, come in, now. He is a healthy. He has a healthy coating of dirt on him right now.
Don't fucking clean him again.
Fucking abysmal.
And quite the scent of, but this time it smells mostly like fresh earth. Brings it in. He points to there's a cot. He points to the cot. He's like, put him down.
Oh, you said cot. I thought you said something else for a second.
Yes. That's no. Like, put it down. The priestess is gone right now, but bring him in. I'll do what I can do.
Okay, I'll put him down gently on the cot.
Nebel takes his hands. He looks at him. He spits into both of his palms.
Oh, fucking gross.
Then he slaps them together, and you start to see like radiant light come from his palms. And he walks over, and he just goes, "You healed!" And he smacks Lego in the face, and you see like the cuts just close. You see the color, that green just fade from his lips, and Lego just like he's coughing, and it's like at first it's like there is a small like cloud of spores, but they don't they go right at Nebel's face, but they don't stick to him. They just fall to the ground. He's like, works every time. So,
I wish.
Mind you, I've got graves to dig. So, you can stay here while he gets better if you want. The priestess will be back in the morning. I gotta work. He goes back, grabs his shovel, walks by, gives Bosco like a tap on the head, like a little pat on his head, kind of gives tries to give a fist bump to Kixik. It's like, I don't know if he gets one in return.
I'm gonna give it to him, but like I'm gonna be like the sup bro and just do it with like more power than I mean.
Yeah,
fucking break his wrist.
And you hit him, and you think he topple over, but he's pretty surprisingly built. He walks around August without saying anything to her. Comes down, bows to Taika, and walks out the door. For those of you keeping score, you just saw your first lay on hands from a goblin paladin.
Well, oh, that's right. He's a paladin. He got really upset when Rozzy prestidigitized
Paladin of dirt.
Yeah,
Paladin of dirt? What?
paladin of dirt. He's actually technically he's a paladin of Doff, and Doff is the goblin god of filth and itchiness and everything else. So it's kind of, being filthy is kind of like his uniform.
I see. Okay.
I'm just gonna start picking pieces of dirt where the goblin touched Lego off with Mage Hand and setting them aside one at a time.
Yeah, but you do. There was like an immense amount of. It was a quick turnaround from him. Like when you saw him laying there, you managed to bind those wounds to the point of what Nebel's done to him. Like he's up and standing, or he's not standing, but he's up, kind of half sitting, looking at you all.
Hello.
So now
What's up?
Goes, I know you, and you, but I don't know you.
A late arrival, I assume? Or she set the town on fire. Either way, she helped. Yeah.
What?
We're sleeping at your house tonight because, like, pretty much nothing else exists anymore.
Nothing else exists.
What? Okay. Look, I don't know what happened. I was playing a song. I was getting ready for bed. It seemed like you guys had stuff handled, and then a moment later, something that looked like me come charging in, and I killed the first one, and then another one came in.
Yeah, well, you should have seen the fucking cookies.
But you were asleep during that, so.
So we handled it on our own. I took
Yes.
a bath and poo.
She did.
So yeah,
Can we get back to our payment?
Whoa. Okay, listen, we're not even done yet, so.
okay. I think we can talk about payment as soon as I figure out what's going on.
I can't even.
It's very simple. He goes, now, I suppose I'm acting mayor again of the town.
You're probably the only resident.
Can fire vote here?
Kid, what? Kid fire? No.
There was a mind flare, there was a giant fungus everywhere, gremlin cookies attacked everyone because some lady was possessed and reading a cookbook she shouldn't have been reading, for fuck's sake. And now, like, everybody's dead, everything's on fire. We found Theo, is it? He's my little friend, but we put a nail back into his heart, so he's kind of asleep now.
Yeah, but you
So
know,
there's
my
your
boo
recap.
is still alive, so that's all that counts, right?
Oh, Terry. Terry was the
Terry, not Theo.
Yeah. And if you put the nail back in him, he's still very much alive, or very much undead.
He's Sleeping Beauty right now, okay?
He's
No, he's
alive.
He's technically wandering around the bust area of Lego's house, unable to figure out where you guys went.
Oh, my poor Clinton.
So he's just kind of walking. Great. No, he doesn't smell great. Terry? As in Mathis? Terry?
Yeah, he's dead, but also walking.
I thought Derek was asking that question.
Not quite dead.
What?
No, I thought you were. I didn't realize you went into character mode. I thought you yourself were asking the question.
Yes, I am asking the question. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I unleashed the snakes from the can of peanut brittle, and guess what? There was still one more spring, and it got me in the eye. So I have no idea what's going on.
You got us. That's what you got. Oh,
no. Okay. So yeah. So he immediately looks past all of you, Goes, we'll have to discuss this in a moment. I really need to know what is up with you. And he points to Taika. What can I do for you, seeing as I am probably the acting authority in this town?
Hello. I'm here as a messenger of sorts, but I'm not really sure who's left a message to.
Well, I'm probably the only person that can take a message at this point. So what can I do for you?
Stop cutting down trees.
Or you shall die. Sorry.
Dun, dun,
What?
She's from Woodstock.
What?
She's from Woodstock.
No.
Free love.
Okay. No. So did you happen to stop cutting down trees?
Yes.
Okay. This message from anyone in particular? Or just
It's from trees.
from trees? It's
From
from
trees.
trees.
Hi, I'm a pine. Please stop cutting
So-
me down.
So you're telling me that the trees told you to come to me and tell me, sorry, not to cut down any more trees. Or sorry, let me start again. To tell someone in this town that's an authority not to cut down any more trees. You'll fit in very well with the rest of these people.
I will erase the word fire from the chalkboard and replace it with trees and restate the question. Can trees vote?
Not most trees.
What is voting?
What is
See? What is for?
It's when a whole bunch of people think they have power in their government, but they don't.
I don't like whole bunches of people as it is.
fair?
Okay,
That's why you
so
moved to a town on fire.
well, so here's the problem for you. I'm not in charge of the logging. I can tell you who is. He's a dwarf. His name is well, they call him Stone Warden Grimsalt. I don't actually know what his real name is, but that's the title. That's the name he goes by, Stone Warden Grimsalt. And if you really want to speak with him, you're gonna have to travel. He puts his hand up. He's waving around. About a day to the northwest of here. There's the campsite, the logging site where they're doing the cutting now.
Right.
If you talk to the dwarf there, the Stone Warden, he will. Well, he's the one that's doing the cutting. I mean, you can tell him. I could tell him. I could send a message, but it sounds to me like you have a more commanding voice than I will have.
Perhaps.
So, northwest from here, you'll find what you're looking for. Sorry, I can't be of much help to you right now. I would say that had there not just been a recent multiple mini end of world scenarios happening here, I'd be more equipped to dealing with your problem right now. But do enjoy the hospitality of what is left of my town. Before
Maybe
it,
not.
Which is your house.
Before you head off in the morning, if you need some rest, there I'm sure you can find a bed somewhere in any of the various places. But I do have to attend to a matter that was mentioned by August here. Said Terry is
Yeah.
alive.
Well, no, but yes. You can tell him what to do and shit, and he's slightly rotted, but he's technically alive. I mean, he's dead, but he's undead. Okay,
Okay.
he's a zombie now. I didn't do it.
We just found him that way.
No, he's like
He's got a nail in him.
they were right. There is a curse on this town.
Also, be warned, there's like a sand woman. I mean, she wasn't a sand woman, but she turned into sand and she spit sand in my face a few times. I think that's her
And
own
there's a
doing.
mind flare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just make a new town.
Yeah, I mean, be warned.
Control Alt Delete
Yeah, F5.
and task that shit.
No. So,
New save file.
I need to stay here for a minute and gather my thoughts. If you would like to show your new friend there around so that she could decide if she does want to stay here for the night or if she wants to head out, that is great. And I will be along as soon as I have gathered my wits.
Question: we still technically have access to the inn because she's like, yeah, I mean, if you're given rooms, then that's fine. I mean, I'm assuming.
Yeah, let me just go back there.
She's probably still really dazed and confused and like, where the frick is my family?
Yeah, the inn's basically.
Why is my daughter dead?
Why is my daughter dead?
There was a lot of criming that happened here and there.
Yeah, but I mean, she's fine with it. She's probably like, why is my daughter dead? Why is my husband missing? What is going on?
Can I literally sleep anywhere else?
Dog!
Hi, puppies!
Oh my god, Dog.
I love you!
Yeah, he's like come to tell me he wants to go outside.
They really do, Kevin.
With regards to that, also claw up my arm. But anyway, sorry.
Where's Shy?
Shy is asleep on her corner where she's kind of, now that she's back and had her little experience, she's very
I'm never leaving ever again.
yeah, she's somewhat unwilling to go far from me. So
Aww.
okay. So where were we? Okay. We had a little interlude with the dog for a second. So back to the thing. Yeah, you guys could easily go back to the inn. There's probably nobody there anyway, like in terms of guests, and there's plenty of beds. You do know there's no more killer cookies. So
Fucking never want to eat a cookie again.
I never want to look outside my window at the town again and then see, oh,
It
there's a
tasted
5-inch
like
thing
blood.
running across the woods. Like,
yeah, there's probably nothing else in the town that can do anything to you now, minus except the fires, but those are small and kind of away from the inn.
How many rooms does Lego have? Because I really don't want to fucking sleep in the inn.
Lego has about 3 other rooms.
Let's all just share one room so we can protect each other.
let's do my room because I have a window view of the town. Like, that's beautiful.
I don't want to go in your fucking room. I
Fuck
want to go to
you,
Lego's
asshole.
house.
Like, wow.
So
Do what?
you're working under the assumption that if we stay here in this town, something else random and chaotic will befall us.
Obviously.
Hmm.
I have PTSD now, okay? All I want to do is fucking sleep for 24 hours.
Same.
Or at least 8.
Or maybe 7.5, not including getting up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Kicks!
What?
Silence.
So
Oh.
they're having this whole discussion.
That worked.
What is your take on this, guy? What are you, after looking at all this, like, they're seemingly, I don't know, it sounded to me like they were seemingly offering you an invite to stay with them, but
Can you sleep at the foot of my bed?
Me?
I think it's undignified. I have my own bed.
yeah,
Protect you and you can protect me.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
you
they're-
can do that from across the room.
No!
the feeling when nobody wants to sleep alone at the beginning of your game, it's great.
What? What?
Trust no one.
I got you. Nobody
I'm
wants
having
to
that
sleep
kind of
alone.
campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty much exhausted at this point. I need to collapse somewhere soon.
I'm at
I
half
have had
health,
a
so
rough
yeah.
day.
Yeah. So, the big thing is to determine where you are going to stay for the night.
I don't want to sleep with him.
You have the inn. Well, you're
yeah,
pointing in a
I'm
direction
pointing at
that.
you, Kicks.
Yeah. Okay, that was
Oh.
actually, according to my screen, you were pointing literally both at the right side of the screen, which is nobody. So I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to sleep with.
Well, how do you know it's nobody? Because she can see dead people, and you can't.
Oh, true.
I
Okay.
kind of see this like long, slow trudge from where we are to where we're sleeping. I mean, just
Listen,
like kind of like wandering around bits of debris and things that are
Yeah.
slightly on fire,
Let's just sleep in the
Yep.
church.
and I just ignore all of it as I make my way to wherever I'm choosing to sleep.
listen.
Now,
I'm
the
going
only
to
no-
my room because there was a bed. So bye. And
Yeah,
Okay. So he goes to his room. You're going to Legos.
I'm going to
August?
Legos.
So Taika, did you want to stick around, or did you want to immediately head off towards that camp?
I'll head off towards the camp.
It's like, yeah, see you later. And just starts walking off.
okay, bye.
yeah.
Bye.
You're supposed to join the party, but okay.
I'll
No.
walking side by side
No.
with August. This is Taika goes the opposite direction. Like she was nice.
Yeah.
She was brief, but yeah.
So Taika,
I wish her good luck in her future endeavors.
so as you start to head off, Taika, you do notice that large mansion again, because you have to go by it to kind of get in the direction of where that camp is. And as you do, you see from the top window, there's a young woman who is half out of the window, like the window is kind of open, and she's half out of the window, and she's just looking down at you, and she's just staring at you as you walk. You kind of catch it out of the corner of your eye, and you just see that the more you walk away, she still just kind of watches you the whole way. Doesn't say
Fucking
anything, just
creepy as
watches you.
shit. Oh my fucking god.
And the rest of you go off to your things and find your safe places and sleep the night and get your long rest. Okay. I'm just checking time because
Oh my god.
I know we got
So clicking that long rest button.
yeah.
Oh, those are the spell
So-
slots.
Ugh, I'm at full health. I'm no longer at 11.
So you guys rest, and as you do that, I will I will discuss with Taika what she sees next. And as you're traveling this path, you get right out of town, and you get about 30 feet out of town, and you have several more of those ferries that were seeing you before. They've kind of, the little ferry lights, they come back around, and you're hearing whispers for a moment between them, and then that somewhat familiar voice comes back. Oh, so you're gonna go talk to a dwarf now? Huh. I tell you this much: don't mention his height. He's got a short fuse about that. It's kind of. No, why would I joke? I never joke.
Mm-hmm.
No, I never joke. Everything we talk about, I just, I would never, just me, never, no. I'm not really known for my sense of humor, not like some of my brothers and sisters. I'm more known for my sense of fashion. So, don't mention his height, but you can tell him, though, if he really gets snippy with you, that his sixth cousin was a brownie. You can tell him that. Because I think it was. I can't prove it, but I think he was.
Is that going to get me into trouble?
He's like, but there's a couple of ways you can go, but don't take. Well, okay, you'll see it soon. You're gonna come to a fork in the path. There's gonna be one to the left and one to your right. The one that's like looks all clean and everything to the left. Don't go there, because there's something waiting for you there. Go to the right. It's going to be a little longer, but you're not going to have to worry about the trolls.
So, trolls were waiting for me on the left.
Well, not you. Just anybody that's food.
And I'll go right.
Okay. I won't be talking to you for a little bit, because I've got some stuff to take care of. But they will they'll come back. My messengers will come back when I'm able to speak again. But for now, just go to the right, and should be able to take a good couple of hours nap somewhere down the road, and get there fresh in the morning, and deal with this dwarf. And this is the kind of thing I want you to tell him, though. Ready? Let's hear this. This is what I want you to tell him. If he doesn't stop cutting down the trees, I'll turn all his gold into copper.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Yeah, I'll turn all his gold into copper, and I'll bend all his nails. It's okay. It's okay. No more trees cutting down. That's all you got to say. No more trees.
No more trees.
No more trees. Yeah, good. Thank you. Have a safe trip. Have a safe trip. To the right, not the left. Don't want to be troll food. We haven't gotten you fully outfitted yet, and I imagine that she'll be very mad if you don't attend the wedding. And
what wedding?
Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to announce that just yet. It's not your wedding. Don't worry. We're not going to marry you. I mean, maybe, but not. Well, no. We won't. No. Okay. No trees. Just no trees. Bad dwarves. No cutting down trees. Gold into copper. Nails bent. And don't go west because you'll be eaten by trolls. You got me?
Yeah.
It's exhausting, I know. So, as the night continues, you travel along the west, and you do hear or along the east, sorry, but from the west area, you do hear the sound of several large things lumbering through the forest at one time or another. But you're safely out of the way, occasionally following these twinkling lights that appear every so often, and you get to this point where there's a small pond, and at the edge of this pond, you see three more of those lights. They're kind of dancing around, and they come like right up to your face, and you're still a bit further away from where this dwarf is, but they come right up to your face, and they don't say anything, and they kind of seem a little bit different than the lights you saw before, but they kind of fly around you a bit and then head back towards the edge of the pond. Then when they notice you're not coming, they fly back to you, uh, spin around you a few more times, and then head to the edge of the pond.
Okay, so I'll go over to them and take a closer look.
As you start to head towards the edge of the pond, they then start to get closer to the surface of the water. They do a couple of circles, then they come up to your face, then they come to the surface of the water, and they do a couple of circles. Something doesn't quite seem right about these lights and about what's going on. So, if you don't mind, if you give me a perception check, which means yeah, just roll your perception score. I'll just roll a yeah, your perception, which is a +4. So just roll a d20 +4 and see if you can kind of figure out what's going on.
22.
Um, you sense that like you sense that these things want you to look in the water, but there's a like kind of itching kind of sensation in the back of your head that says they're gonna do something. You're not quite sure what, but they're gonna do something to you if you look in that water, and you're probably not gonna like it. You're not sure why they would do that or anything, but they seem to be dancing around trying to egg you on to get to look in the water.
So I'll like look around for like a little pebble or rock and throw that.
Yeah, so you bend down and you grab a couple of pebbles and you toss them in, and the first just kind of skips across the surface a little bit, lands in the water, a few ripples, and the lights still seem to try to be getting you. But when the second is answered with a big clunk as it hits something, and like out from this pond, uh, a scaly green hand with webbed toes or webbed fingers or webbed claws steps like pulls itself out, followed by a large green head with a wrinkled nose, and there's all kinds of bulbous bits of flesh here and there. It's got small kind of black eyes, and this creature pops up. And you automatically you notice it is a troll. And at that point, we are going to end the session tonight, because when a troll shows up, we could quickly run out of the last few minutes that we have. So I'd like to, first off, on my end, there's more that I want to say, but I want to pass it off to the players and let them do their. So what we do here normally, Katie, is we will, if we have any social media that we want to plug, we'll do that. If not, you don't need to do that. I'll let let someone else go first, so you can kind of see what's happening, and then I'll round out for tonight. So why don't you start first, Kevin?
All right. If anyone wants to track me down, the Carpe Nerdus Discord or the Evil Sales Ass on Twitter are the best places to find me. We'll be back Sunday night for our Curse of the Azure Bonds game, and Monday night where they're fighting a shadow dragon. Our Waterdeep crew is kind of witnessed a portal to the plane of shadow open, and some angry stuff is falling through. They're gonna have to, well, they'll figure something for it. So let's head off to Nick, one of the people who will be figuring things out there.
Oh yes, I am Nick, and you can find me at BlueAura94YT on Twitter, and you can also find me at the Carpe Nerdus page as well. Yeah, I'm perplexed by this dragon, but I'm also trying not to die, so that's A+ right there. As for the Sunday game, what are we doing again, Kevin? Sorry.
Sunday, Curse of the Azure Bonds. You are just entering the city of Zental Keep.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I don't know why
Yeah.
every time I think of the Sunday game, I think of, well, I'm a metal trash can, and like that's the only image that comes to mind. But other than that, that's me.
Because you're a no broom riding metal trash can.
Oh, fucking honestly, Rozzy and her goddamn broom. But yeah, speaking of Rozzy, guess who I'm handing it off to?
Cinder Wizard, Twitter and Instagram, and Cinder_Wizard if you play with us in Call of Duty. Nick also plays. We basically say really random shit and forget that we're not in a private chat. Yeah. Come hang out with us and shoot people. Well, fake people, of course. Katie, I guess. Right? You're going last, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't really do anything right now. The best thing to find me is my Instagram, which is KatieBugs, EYUGZ, because I'm spiffy like that.
There we go.
That's about it.
Okay. So now I say a couple things. I want to thank Katie for joining in today. We are, if she's interested, she will continue. If not, then we will do what we do best. We'll keep going.
Cry.
But I want to also thank Kevin, Rozzy, Nick for showing up and for allowing me to actually do this on their channel. It has been a couple weeks since we have, and we're going to get to being more normal on that schedule. Just had a few other things going on.
We're going to have a normal schedule through the holidays. This truly is a fantasy game.
Well,
Wow.
no, we're gonna. But we're gonna be able to announce with the holidays. We're probably gonna be able to announce ahead of time. We're not, instead of canceling day of or whatever. So that's
I'm down for Black Friday. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah. So my I can be found at Disposable Idiot. Right now, my screen name is Disposable Turkey because I'm really into the holiday thing for approximately one day when I'm going to change it again tomorrow. You can find me there at Disposable Idiot on Twitter. You can find me in the Sunday game here, and that's really all. And thanks for anybody who might be watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Have a great one, guys.
Don't log out, Katie.